Hello everyone, this is the first, I guess you could call it devlog for the Tower of Madness. I'm probably going to be doing these kind of videos every Sunday just to kind of show off the progress that I made on the full release following the demo being released onto the workshop where it just kind of ended at floor 15 right here. So, with that being said, obvious spoilers in these kind of devlogs for those who don't want to see that kind of stuff. But for those who do, that's what these devlogs are going to be going over. Now, before I get into the good stuff, one of the things that I kind of wanted to talk about regarding this kind of stuff was the AI pathfinding, because obviously that's one of the biggest problems that's plaguing this level outside of the melee and unarmed glitch, where like all forms of attacks just stop working after an extended period of time. Now, I haven't fully figured out what is causing this glitch, but it seems to be tied in with how the rooms are rendered in the editor. As you just saw there, the only way these rooms will ever show up is by going into the inspector window right here and hitting sync visuals. Now, for whatever reason, the only room in which the doors and AI pathfinding will work properly on is whatever room I have synced up at the moment, before like going up to Madness and creating the asset bundle and whatnot. As for all the rest of these rooms right here, I mean, if you were to play the demo, you'll see that the frames on the doors, it's just the frames, and the AI itself, they're dumb as bricks. If you were to like if you were to get in front of a car or like some other obstacle, the enemies will just sit there and do nothing but stare at you with the most pissed off face on the face of this planet. And the thing that kind of messes with me in particular regarding this glitch is that I don't know if it's a problem on my end or if it's just a bug within the latest version of the scene tools and whatnot. Because like if you've played the Madness Combat 4 remastered custom level and whatnot, I mean, all the doors and AI pathfinding on that one, it works for every single room. So that kind of makes me wonder if I'm doing something wrong on my end right here. But regardless, there's not really much I can do about it outside of like finding workarounds and whatnot. I mean, if somebody can give me some like advice or like give me possible solutions to this problem, I would greatly appreciate it. But with that being out of the way, I think it's time to kind of show off the new rooms that I've made so far. Now, they're not fully finished yet. This right here is the main hub from the arena combat, or the arena mode and whatnot. The way that I kind of like envision some of the rooms and whatnot is that some of them are going to lean towards like lore of the Tower of Madness, and others are going to lean towards like straight up gameplay. Kind of like, whatchamacallit, kind of like the floor 13, I think it is, where like it's just a straight up pit, or like floor 15 right here, where you kind of like use the lava to your advantage to push the tower guards off, and then for like other floors and whatnot, they're going to be being nothing more than like a visual showcase, kind of like floor 5 right here, and like one of the secret floors we got going on here, where it's like you're fighting on the side of the tower. It's a trippy as hell level. But in this case, this one is going to be a lore focused level, where like it kind of strengthens the, it kind of gives you more insight on what exactly is going on with the hireling and whatnot. And like I said before, it's not finished. I still got a lot of work to do to kind of get this as close to like the real deal as I possibly can. But yeah, that's that. And then we got floor 17 right here. This one is a more gameplay focused floor right here, in which, yeah, it's a maze, and you got, well, it's a maze. I mean, there's not really much more to say about it. One of the intentions that I have for this room in particular is being unique, being at least somewhat visually appealing, and also causing a little bit of stress to the player as well, because unlike the previous floors in which like the layouts are pretty straightforward and they're pretty easy to navigate. I mean, I highly doubt somebody's gonna have a hard time navigating a star-shaped platform and whatnot. This one requires a little bit more brain power because, I mean, it's a maze. And on top of that, you're going to have enemies flooding into this maze trying to kill you as well. And on top of that, you've got mag agents and snipers right here shooting at you as well, in places in which they're not exactly easy to get to as well. I feel like it's a pretty decent challenge for players to overcome and whatnot. But unfortunately, that's pretty much it for the new floors and whatnot. I kind of want to move on to a couple of other small changes that I've made to the demo itself. Every now and then I'm going to be sending out small little updates, kind of like basically just improving the quality of life for players doing the demo. One of these examples is one of the staircases at floor 13 and whatnot. Where the hell are you? Came across a little problem in which this platform right here in particular would block your view while you're trying to fight one of the golems on this. That's been fixed now. So that way you can at the very least see what the hell you're doing and not get blown to bits, if that makes any sense. And I also kind of fixed the lighting in nearly all the staircases. For the longest time, this wall in particular was just pitch black. And it was because I didn't have the shaders on those floors in particular set to the... They had the wrong shaders on, I guess you could say. And as for, like, bigger updates, I guess you could say, once I get further into developing the full release, I'll probably send out maybe 1 or 2 big updates and whatnot, in which it'll add like some of the floors I've developed into the demo itself to kind of keep people coming back to the demo itself leading up to the full release and whatnot. And so aside from that, one of the last things that I kind of wanted to talk about was music, because that was one of the other suggestions that people wanted in the Tower of Madness, because if you were to play through it, there's like absolutely no music. And I've kind of thought about putting in some music as well. What I may do as like a placeholder to kind of like fill in the dead air is take songs from the official soundtrack of Madness Project Nexus and just kind of sprinkle them in there throughout each and every floor and whatnot, just to kind of fill the dead air. The only reason I haven't yet is because, like, at least for me anyways, I like being able to listen to my own music while I run the towers and whatnot. Most people like to, some people don't, I don't exactly know, but that's kind of the main reason why. But yeah, eventually I will add music to the Tower of Madness and whatnot. And I've also kind of thought about making original music for the tower itself. The only problem being, I don't know jack shit about making music. And on top of that, if I were to try and make music of my own, it's going to sound like nails on a chalkboard and everyone is going to shun me for it. So what I may do is kind of get with somebody to make some music for me. Just to, you know. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about on this video. The production of the full release is, well, it's smooth sailing in spite of everything. And yeah, that's about it. I guess I'll see y'all in the next devlog, I guess you could say. See ya.